got a small buckworm this way. Came in here about 3 o'clock. I jumped a deer. And now I got this buck coming in. He's probably 50 yards. Hold on here a second. Give me a Hold on 1 second. Still just wait for the bigger deer to maybe start moving in and out of the marsh a little bit. But that's usually what they do. They stage up early. Most people, when they get here, they push them back out of the marshes again. And they spook the deer out, you know. So, alright, I'll be back in a little bit. Well, it's about 6 o'clock, and I'm gonna back on out. I know it's still daylight, but usually if I sit here and I sit, 90% of the deer I've ever seen, nothing ever came past 5:30, 6 o'clock. So it's like I come out I'll move out of here at 6 o'clock. I don't want to tromp out of here, make a bunch of noise just in case the deer are already up in the flat feeding and I just don't see any. I kind of not pressure anything out in front of me. I try not to walk out there at all. Over the years, they've always cut across in front of me here, so I don't try to put my scent anywhere out there if I don't have to put it out there. And I'm pretty sure that deer is headed towards a field up here, and then he's going to cross another blacktop road about a quarter of a mile from here, and he's going to go into a soybean field or a cornfield over there. Now I could probably hunt it in the morning. They would come back through. They'd run this high side here, but they would wind. I would get winded. Right now, my wind is blowing to the west, I think. But it's blowing out of the north. It could be blowing out of the north right at me. Yeah, it's north to south, and west and east. So it's kind of south, northwest or whatever it is. I'll put it up there on the screen. But anyway, I'm going to back on out. I think the other bucks and the bigger bucks would be up in here. They usually cruise through here, so you just have to be here at the right time, right spot, right time. And I don't want to disturb it too much because then they won't come up here and put big scrapes in and rotten stuff off of the marshes. You get too close to the marsh, it'll push them right in. They won't come out of there. And if you do it too many times, they'll just go to a different spot. You're better off not to sit near the phragmites or close to it. Once the wind blows, it goes out on the marsh and it bounces around like a cornfield. But if you kind of stay off, what I do is I come off of the marshes and then try to find a flat. And if I got white oaks or red oaks up in there, that's a good spot. They'll stage up there before they go to the big fields. And usually you got to get in the woods like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. And you'll catch them cruising and just wandering through them, coming up and feeding by 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And you kill your deer before everybody gets here. Or anywhere anyway. You know, you get in early enough. Because they're going to stage off of the marsh. People don't understand if they're out on the marsh. And by 11 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock, by 1, it is so hot out there, and the water is so hot, and the heat is coming out of there. It just bakes them out on that phragmites, and they come out of it, and they come up and stage up into the woods. And that's what I found out, that they'll come up in these flats and they'll stage up between, say, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4, by 5:30, they're all moving to the fields. And what I was doing before when I was hunting like that, I was hunting near the marsh, thinking, oh, I'm going to catch them coming off the marsh, but they're already off the marsh. By 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, like I said, I usually get in like 1:30, by 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'm seeing deer, all the way up to about 5:30, and then that's it. And the deer, like I said, are coming out early, like 2:30, 3 o'clock, staging up. Sometimes they lay down, and then they chew their cud. And what I was doing was going, well, you know, it's going to get this time, and I'll come in at, a certain time, and I would kick deer out. I'm like, what the heck? And they would run back out on the marsh again. They would never come off till dark. So now, not to pressure them, I'm probably 152 yards, 200 yards from the marsh, because they're cruise, they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna, wherever the wind is, they're gonna come up into those acorns and they're gonna feed. They'll feed up in these big flats, and then they'll move off to get to the fields. But they come up in here early, only because the sunlight is, when the sun is warm out, even in the wintertime, it gets really warm in that Phragmites, and they can't see anything, so they come off of out of them Phragmites and marshes really early. And then they lay up in the regular woods, or they walk around to feed, and when everybody else is getting to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they push everything back out in the woods again, out in the marshes, or out off the fields and stuff. And you get stragglers or late comers, But that's the way I usually hunt them, especially close to Phragmites and marshes. Don't pressure the marsh. Well, a lot of times the deer will lay maybe 5 yards off the Phragmites in the woods, up off of the Phragmites a little bit. A lot of times they go out on the Phragmites, but they don't have to go out there. They won't go out there unless they're pressured. They don't need to bed out in the Phragmites for no apparent reason whatsoever. If that makes any sense. They only really go in that Phragmites when they start really getting pressured, because they really don't know where they're at when they're walking around out in that Phragmites. But anyway, that I can tell you about when you're on the marshes and Phragmites and stuff. I probably hunted it, since I was 20. I'm almost 58 now, so that's a lot of years hunting Phragmites and marsh. Seen some big deer. Killed a bunch of big deer in them. But anyway, oh shit, there comes more deer. Hold on a minute. I'm sitting here talking to you, and there's a deer right there. Right on. It's out there next to that big brown tree. I was gonna kill her. Kill shots coming up. good day. Real good day. I remember this wind also. This wind is blowing like northwest. And deer are bedded, I guess, bedded to the east. And they came from the east. Both deers, the buck came from the east, and that doe came from the east. Now when my wind is blowing to the southwest, I think it is, they come from this direction. They come from the other direction. They make a big loop around the marsh and come back up in here, up the other way. So she's going to the backfields. There's backfields about a quarter of a mile from here. There's a big ag field way in the back, and that's where she's headed. And then that other buck, he went to the left. He went north. He's probably going to go to the small ag field up there and grass and stuff up that way. And there's corn up there, cut cornfield. So they fed on acorns on the white oaks like I thought they would. I figured they moved, the same time all the time, but we got a storm front coming in the next 2 days. It's supposed to rain for 3. So they're really going to be up and moving around. Plus it dropped to like 66 degrees or 60 degrees at night. It's about a 20-25 degree difference, so it makes them move. Anyway, catch y'all later. MWM calls. Hunting, Delaware. Talk to y'all later. See ya. Hey, thumbs up though. A shout out to Hunting Public and the Beast. Good luck with your tree stand. MWM calls. Check y'all later. See ya.